Hello, I'm Eileen Higgins. I'm the Director of the Monmouth County Division of Workforce Development, and I welcome you to today's Career Connect. The Monmouth County Division of Workforce Development is a county agency that works closely with the freeholders, the Board of Chosen Freeholders, and the Workforce Investment Board for the county. It is our mission to connect job seekers to the right employers and employers to the right candidates. We do that in three ways. The first is we provide core services. These are for unemployed, underemployed, or employed individuals in the area who might need some help in connecting with another job or getting back into the workforce. You can come and meet with one of our career counselors. They're professionals who will meet with you one-on-one. They'll review your resume. They'll help you create a powerful resume that will get you noticed by the employers. They can assess your skills and help you with your transferable skills and connect you again with employers. And we also have basic skills. If you feel your math or language or computer skills need some brushing up, you can come meet with our instructor, and you can work online, and we can help you with those. Our second way that we help is with intensive services. These are geared for eligible job seekers. And you again meet with a counselor, and they would determine your eligibility. There's funding involved with this, and we can send you to short-term training with there's hundreds of courses out there that might help enhance your skills and make you more employable. We also, again, if you're eligible, have tuition waiver if you need to complete your college degree. And we have incentive programs if you would like to stand out for an employer. We can reimburse your salary, and it might make you more attractive a candidate for your employer. Our third way that we help is we have a job search support. Again, with professional assistance, we have email blasts that go out on a daily basis. These blasts include information like upcoming open houses, any job tips or hints that might help you get employed, and events that are coming up in the area. We also have open houses. We've had, in the last 6 months, we've had over 50 open houses in the county, and we are regularly holding them where employers come in and meet with you one-on-one, and you have the chance to interview with the employers and get your resume in front of them. Our in-house recruiter can meet with you and help connect you to jobs. And we do job search workshops. These include resume writing, interviewing skills, where you can practice in front of a TV or in front of a camera and do interviewing, work with some fellow job seekers, and get your interviewing skills honed down. And lastly, we also provide Career Connect workshops, and this is one of them. Our Career Connects are offered every Wednesday in our office on Wyckoff Road, and there we have weekly guest speakers who come in and share their knowledge of the skills that you might need to reconnect with the workforce. Today, our guest today is Kelley Meritzis, and she is with the Jersey Shore Association of Human Resources and the Vice President of Human Resources at the EPS company. Kelley is going to share today tips on what to do and how to prepare for a job fair, and we're really thrilled to have this kind of information. So please take it away, Kelley.
Thank you, Eileen. Well, welcome. My name is Kelley Meritzis. I'm Vice President of Human Resources for EPS Corporation, as well as the Director of Workforce Readiness for the Jersey Shore Association of Human Resources. In my role for both of these organizations, I go out to the community and help job seekers prepare to attain employment. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to prepare for a job fair. You might think, what preparation do I need to do other than print out my resume and show up? Well, there's much more to it than that. And with proper preparation, you will have a positive experience at any job fair. I began my career in human resources in recruiting and have attended many a job fair over the years. I've also conducted numerous interviews. I can tell you what works and what doesn't work from my experience. So let's look at our second slide here and start talking about what to expect from a job fair, or what is a job fair. A job fair is the opportunity for multiple employers and job seekers to come together under one roof and meet each other. Job fairs are an excellent opportunity to gather information about companies that you're interested in pursuing employment with, and a great place to meet fellow job seekers and network. So what can we expect from a job fair? Well, employers can meet potential employees. Job seekers can gather information about various companies or industries. And as a job seeker, you have a chance to present yourself to a recruiter or a management representative, sell your experience and abilities, and possibly interview right on the spot. This is the time where you can make yourself stand out from the pack. Job seekers of every level can attend a job fair, so whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned professional, a job fair can be helpful to you. At a job fair, you might run into all different types of companies, large and small. You're going to see staffing agencies, headhunters. Oftentimes, there's even career counselors available to assist you in your job search. But as I said before, it's an excellent opportunity to network with your peers. Stay up to date on your industry and learn about potential job opportunities that you may not be aware of. On our next slide, we're going to talk about how to dress for a job fair. Now, you might think a job fair is a very casual environment. There's a lot of exhibitors. They're giving away stress balls and pens and candy, but you want to make a professional appearance. Dress for the job fair like you would dress for an interview. You never want to go to a job fair looking unkempt. You want to be well groomed. Ladies, you want to wear, you don't want to wear flashy jewelry. You want to wear minimal makeup. Everyone should have a conservative hairstyle. And footwear is always a question because you're going to be doing a lot of walking. Don't wear sneakers. That takes away from that professional image that you're trying to present. So find a comfortable pair of footwear that will coordinate with your outfit. Men, a comfortable pair of dress shoes that will coordinate with your suit, and be prepared for a lot of walking. I also recommend that you get a nice folder, a briefcase or a bag. You want to carry the folder with all of your resumes in it. You also need a separate folder to gather business cards in. And a briefcase, so you're not juggling around when it's time to shake hands with the recruiter or present them with your resume. So again, this all comes together to create that professional image. So you're not in a formal office, but dress as if you are. Let's talk about getting ready for a job fair. Many job fairs have a list of exhibitors available before you even get to the center. Try to find this listing. You can call the exhibitors, you can go online, and start reviewing what companies will be at the fair. Go through and pick out the top, let's say, 10 companies that you're interested in meeting with, and do your homework. Start researching. Go to their website. Look at what job opportunities they have available. And see, do their vision, does their values, do they match with what you're looking for in a company? It's very important to be prepared when you meet with the actual representative. You want to show that you know something about this company. Something I'd like to point out is oftentimes applicants will focus just on large name companies and think that's where the best opportunities are. Well, I can tell you from experience, don't overlook the smaller companies. When I first began my career in human resources, I had attended a job fair, and I did the same thing. I looked at the big companies and nearly overlooked a smaller company, a staffing agency, that was just starting out, but they had an opening for a recruiter. So I put in my application, I went to the interview, and I did get the job. And because it was such a small company, within a year, I was promoted to management. And you have to be willing to put in the work, obviously, no matter what size company you are going to. But don't overlook the opportunities of a small company. So after you've done your research, you want to start planning which companies am I going to target. Let's say you want to target the top 5 people on your list. You want to make sure you leave enough time that you can get to these 5 companies. So the other thing I'm going to recommend is you tailor your resume to these companies. Now, you might think, but that means I'm going to have 10 different versions of a resume, and that's quite possible. What you want to do is look at their website, do the research, and highlight in your resume what your experience, what your skills are that match with that company. Now, again, you're going to want to make sure you're very organized when you go to the job fair and you have these different resumes. So make sure you label them and you can pull them easily and you know what each resume says. Very important also is to print your resume on resume paper and bring numerous copies of it with you. You don't want to get caught with a recruiter and not have any copies of your resume left. Now, yes, most resumes are submitted electronically these days, but you want to make sure you have that hard copy resume. And you want to make sure that you have your resume printed on nice resume paper. This, again, all comes towards making that professional image. Now, let's talk a little bit about resumes. You want to make sure your resume is concise and no more than 2 pages. You have to be able to allow the recruiter to quickly scan it and pull out your education, your experience, your skills. If you bring a resume that reads like a book, the recruiter is not going to have time to read through the entire resume and talk to you intelligently about what you're looking for. So it's very important that you prepare your resume, get those key highlights out, and be prepared to speak to the resume. One of my pet peeves is when someone on their resume says they're detail-oriented, and then there's errors in their resume. That really shows you're not quite detail-oriented. So you want to make sure your resume is free of typos and grammatical errors. Have someone you trust read through your resume before you go out and meet with anyone. This is even before a job fair. But make sure you have a clean, well-written resume that highlights your education, skills, and experience. I also recommend you set up a generic email address. Many times I've had resumes come to me with emails that are just inappropriate. It says a lot about a person. It really gives insight into a person's character. So when you're searching for a job, set up a generic email, just your name if it's available, and only use that for your job search. Make sure it's on your resume. And you're also not only going to submit your resume in writing, but at the end you're going to offer to send your resume electronically. So you want to also make sure your resume in the electronic version reads well and is concise, no more than 2 pages. Bring a notepad with you. You're going to be meeting with a lot of people, and it's going to be hard to keep straight all the people that you're meeting with and what you talked about. So bring a notepad. Another tip is you can write things on the back of the business cards that you're going to collect, but be prepared because you're going to want to follow up and you're going to want to remember what you spoke about. You want to prepare a list of questions for the company that you're interested in. And you want to make sure that these questions are not something that can be easily answered from the internet. So having these questions is also a great way to practice your interview skills. Plan your visit. Leave yourself enough time to get there early, get parking. That can often be a problem. You might have to check in. So prepare this and plan on which companies you absolutely have to see. Most important is practice an introduction. This is where you're going to sell your skills, and you only have a few minutes to do it. So remember, your first introduction is where you're going to set that first impression and make a good impression. Now the day of the job fair comes. As I said, make sure you arrive early. Take a few minutes to walk around, get familiar with the layout of the job fair, see where the companies are that you're interested in, and also see if there's some companies that you didn't notice or that you didn't research but look to be interesting to you. I encourage you to be polite, courteous, and professional to everyone you meet. You never know who could be watching you and gauging what your interactions with coworkers might be. Remain calm. It can be very overwhelming to be at a job fair. There could be numerous people. There could be loud noises, people bumping into you. So you have to keep your calm. So at this time, we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be returning after this announcement.
Take it from me. Living with a chronic disease is no easy task, but I learned to better manage my health condition, and you can too. Take Control of Your Health is the chronic disease self-management program created by Stanford University. This fun, innovative course is now offered to all county residents. Diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, cancer. Take Control of Your Health gives proven strategies to manage these conditions and reclaim your life. See how nutrition, exercise, and various mind techniques can help you overcome depression, increase energy, and manage pain. You'll not only get this book when you participate, you'll also receive the guidance and support of others living with a chronic illness, just like you. Take control of your health in 6 short sessions.
Call the number on your screen to register or get further information at scannj.com. Brought to you by SCAN, Social Community Activities Network, with funding made available by the Monmouth County Office on Aging.
Welcome back. Well, so far we've covered what to expect at a job fair, how to dress for a job fair, how to prepare for a job fair. Now let's talk about what to do when you meet with the actual recruiter. What I would suggest is, if possible, before you even go up and get in line, is observe the booth, observe the recruiters, observe them interacting with other job seekers. Get a feel for the type of questions that they're asking. Get a feel for the different personalities that are involved. There might be 1 or 2 people or more standing at a booth, and maybe one person is more compatible with your personality than another. So observe that before you even get in line. When you're in line, let's say it's a long line, talk to the people around you. Again, as I said, it's an excellent networking opportunity. Something else I'd like to encourage you to do is approach a booth from the side. If you're not ready to get in line to talk about interviewing, but you want to gather some materials, maybe it's a company you aren't familiar with, approach it from the side. I want to talk about the giveaways at job fairs. Some people go around and just collect the stress balls and the pens and the candy. They walk up to the table, they interrupt other job seekers. Let me encourage you, please do not do this. If anything, wait until the end of the interview when the recruiter offers you something. But it is such a turnoff to see someone carrying around a giant bag of giveaways, walk up to you and say, oh, what does your company do? You don't want to give that impression. It's a very unprofessional impression. So wait for them to offer you something at the end of your meeting. So now you know what the representative is looking for. You're ready to get in line and start talking to them. You want to make yourself stand out. After all, the recruiter is meeting with numerous candidates on that day, so you need to say something unique about yourself, something about your experience that's going to stick in their mind. That's why it's so important to remember that introduction speech that you're going to practice before you go to the fair. Always be enthusiastic, smile, and show initiative. Show them that you have done your homework and that you know about the company. Show them that you are interested in the jobs that are available, and ask them questions about it. Now, when you're asking questions, as I said earlier, you want to make sure that you're asking questions that can't be answered on the internet or through a Google search. You want them to be intelligent questions. You can ask the recruiter to elaborate on something you read on the website. You can ask the recruiter, who succeeds in this position in your organization? What would you say is a key characteristic for success in your organization? And then, with their answers, find a way to link your experience to the answers that they have given you. Interviews are going to be very short. Again, they're meeting with numerous people. You might only have 3 to 5 minutes to sell yourself. So be polite, be familiar with what is on the resume that you're presenting, and at the end of the interview, end it with a thank you, a polite thank you for their time, and a firm handshake. Always offer to follow up with an electronic version of your resume. But as I said, make sure you provide them with that hard copy of your resume and the cover letter if you've done your research and you know what positions are available. In that cover letter, express your enthusiasm for the position and your interest in it. So our next slide is about following up. As I said, you want to take a business card at the end of your interview. This is so you can contact the recruiter after the job fair. Remember to take notes. You might want to jot down a note on the back of that business card. And this will help you stay organized. It's very important to stay organized and give the appearance of being an organized person when you're at these job fairs. Within 3 days after the job fair, send a note to the recruiter. This can be either in an email format, a handwritten note, which is very nice and really does make you stand out, or a follow-up phone call. Now, what I suggest is if you don't hear back from the recruiter, you've called, you've emailed, do not hound them. A lot of times they're out on the road, they're traveling, they're not able to get back to you. Within a week, if you haven't heard anything, it's fine to send a follow-up email, but do not continue to hound them because that's going to be a turnoff to them, and they might just screen out your resume based on that. And continue to express your gratitude for their time and your interest in the position. So in summary, take advantage of everything that a job fair has to offer. Many times at job fairs, there are workshops, resume writing workshops, interviewing workshops. There are in-transition networks. Again, another great place to meet your peers, fellow job seekers, and trade information. And they're free, so take advantage of it. Even if you go to companies that you're not particularly interested in working for, still take the opportunity to interview with them. This is a fantastic way to practice your interviewing skills. Every opportunity is an opportunity to improve. And the more you practice, the calmer you'll be when you're at that interview that you really want to nail. Most important, stay positive. Do not be discouraged if you don't land a job immediately at a job fair. It's going to take some more work in following up, but be positive. You will find a position. So now we have some questions from the audience. So let me go ahead and take those questions.
How can I find where job fairs will be?
Thank you. That's a great question. Job fairs go on throughout the country year-round. And the best way to find out what job fairs are in your local community is by going online, doing a search, checking out your local newspaper. Many times they will advertise in the newspaper. Community colleges often have career fairs going on. And as I said, searching online is where you can find which job fairs are going on currently. So I think we have another question.
Yes. How can I practice my interview skills before the job fair?
Another great question, and this is very important. There are so many tools and books that are available today that you can read and start preparing your answers. You want to come across as being prepared and intelligent. You don't want to look too rehearsed. You don't want to just look down and make it look like you're reading from memory what your answers are. But you want to practice answering some difficult questions so you're not caught off guard. And get someone to practice with you. Do a mock interview. Go back and forth and really practice staying calm and answering those questions.
Does every company at a job fair have open positions?
Not every company is going to have an open position. Some of them are just exhibiting, getting their name out there. They want to build up their resume database. Don't be discouraged. This is, again, a way to actually meet with the recruiters, get in front of them, have that face-to-face meeting, and make that great first impression. And again, it's yet another opportunity to practice your interviewing skills. So no, they don't all have open positions. Some job fairs will say that every exhibitor has an open position, but again, go in with an open mind and use it as a chance to network and brush up on your skills. I think we have one more question.
Yes. Are job fairs just for people just starting out their careers or a student?
Job fairs are not just for students. They are for everyone, whether you're just starting out in your career, whether you're a seasoned professional, whether you're re-entering the workforce. This is an excellent way to get out and meet these companies that have openings or just want to build up their resume database. So don't be intimidated. Don't think you're not suited to go to the job fair. It's for everyone. I just wanted to thank everyone for your time. There's many valuable tips online if you would like to get more information about how to prepare for a job fair, how to prepare for an interview. And I'm so happy that I could be here with you today, and good luck in all your endeavors.
Well, thank you, Kelley. That was excellent information. I really didn't know there was so much into preparing for a job fair, and I think that will be very helpful for our viewers. Before we close, I would like to share some information. There were some questions that were asked, and they were great questions. And locally, I just want to direct to anyone who's watching this or would like this information that all of the job fairs in New Jersey are listed on the state's website, and that will come up on a slide. But the site is jobs4jersey.com, and job fairs are posted there months ahead of time, so you can certainly look at it and see what job fairs are coming up and prepare for them. Also, as Kelley spoke about preparing for your interviewing skills, again, you can come into our office and do that. We have our Career Connect workshops, and if the information will come up on how you can register for those. We plan those subjects months ahead of time. So as you're preparing for the job fair, look and see what Career Connect workshops are coming up. Traditionally, when we hold a workshop, which is a job fair, we do that twice a year, we hold the workshops gearing towards those job fairs prior to the weeks prior. I want to thank you very much for today, and we'll see you soon.